Anonymous Watch Guy here with an unboxing and overview video. Quick wrist check. We're on the Canopy Wake 1 that I did an overview of on the channel the other day. Really cool watch. Really liked my time with that one. Today I have a watch I found on Amazon for $160. And with the specs, I thought, man, how could that be possible? It is from Boderry. You've probably seen some watches from this brand around YouTube. I have as well. Comes in a really decent feeling box, and inside there's a leather watch roll, and the watch comes in this leather watch roll that is also signed with the Boderry branding. Snap it open, and here's the watch. This is the Sea Turtle by Boderry, and this is a bronze dive watch. And again, we'll go through the specifications here, but when I saw them, I was like, how could this watch be $160? So this is a 40 millimeter watch. I measured it right at just under 48 millimeters lug tip to lug tip. You do have a 20 millimeter lug opening. You do have a screw down crown there at the 3 o'clock position with the Boderry logo. Gives you 100 meters water resistance. This is a sapphire crystal. So you do get a sapphire crystal on this one. It is running the miyota 8215 movement. So this one does not have stop seconds hacking. No hacking seconds on this one, but miyota 8215. And it is a bronze case. And it costs $160. So let's take a closer look at this and see what we got going on here. You can see that it looks like we've probably got, I don't know if those indices are applied, if they're pushed through the dial. You've got your Boderry logo printed on up there beneath the 12 o'clock position. Got a framed date window over there in silver, the 3 o'clock position. Automatic printed down there above the 6, and you've got your water rating there as well, 100 meters. Got kind of a broad arrow style handset that's high polished. Got a high polished seconds hand with a lollipop on it out there. You've also got a kind of a sea turtle shell pattern on the dial itself. It's definitely an interesting looking pattern to the dial. And that is all loomed. We'll check that out here in the loom shot. But there's some interesting loom on this watch as well. It looks like an aluminum bezel insert. You do have a 120 click unidirectional bezel. The bezel action really isn't bad. It's not the most audible bezel, but it feels pretty good when you turn it. It's not crummy or gritty feeling. It feels pretty good, and it doesn't seem to really have much, if any, play in it either. Pretty solid grip on the bezel as well. Not the greatest finished watch you're ever going to see. I don't know if these streaks here you could see there are those will come off, or if that's a flaw in the bronze case. But you've got some brushed bronze case. Brushed on the top. It looks like it's all pretty well brushed there. The crown guards as well. This side as well. The finishing on this side of the case looks a little bit better than the other side. Some decent brushing on the side of the case there. Not too bad. Again, the watch is $160, so you can't complain too much there. I guess for $160, it's pretty well finished, actually. You have a genuine leather strap with a kind of a beige stitch. You do have a fixed and a floating keeper. You've got a Boderry signed buckle, but this is not bronze. I don't know if it's stainless steel or not, but the buckle does not match the case. So that's one thing to consider there. You do have a genuine leather strap. It is genuine leather, 20 millimeter lug opening. Boderry branded on the back. And this is the Sea Turtle. You can see you've got a Sea Turtle there on the case back. If you do notice, the radial brushing on the case back is pretty rough. It's not really great, but it is the back of the watch, so that's not necessarily a big deal. Again, it's a $160 watch. You could see that it's not the greatest finished watch in the world, but you could see some specs going around the back of the case here, the model number, branding. But you got your sea turtle on the back there. It is the Boderry Sea Turtle. So not a bad looking watch for $160. Again, I have noticed it is keeping time. It is running. I've noticed the seconds hand every once in a while. It looks like it wants to have a hitch in its giddy up, so to speak. Like it almost wants to stop. So I don't know if there's an issue with the seconds hand. I will keep an eye on that. I literally just got the watch a couple hours ago and took it out of the box and shot a video. Doesn't appear to have anti-reflective on the crystal, but it is a sapphire crystal nonetheless. So for $160, not too bad. Let's check out the lume on the watch, and then we'll see what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. So the lume on the watch is pretty cool. You can see, if you can really pick up on camera, that loomed pattern on the dial. I may try to drop a shot in here with the IR on there, with the blaster on there. It shows up really well, but not so well. It seems to fade pretty quickly. But the handset and the indices are loomed pretty well. You can see the lollipop on the second hands out there is loomed as pretty well as your pip there at the 12 o'clock position on your bezel. But the sea turtle shell pattern on the dial seems to fade pretty quickly. But it is loomed. I'll see if I can get a shot of that here. There you can see when I've got the actual IR blaster on there, you could see that turtle pattern on the dial there. You could see that loom, but you could see it fades pretty quickly. So it is pretty cool, but I guess it's really kind of a gimmick. It doesn't really last, but it's cool. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. You can see it wears pretty nicely. I definitely like this leather strap. It's pretty comfortable. This leather strap feels pretty nice. You do have under 50 millimeters lug tip to lug tip still, so you can see there's plenty of space on my wrist. But for a smaller wrist, I think it would still work pretty well. Not a bad looking watch on wrist. Again, you've got some nice specs on this one. For $160, it might be worth checking out the Boderry Sea Turtle. If you liked the video, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.